apologize to our great warriors. I haven't seen anyone minimizing the warriors, asking questions about where 400 pounds of 60% enriched uranium is not minimizing what these warriors did. And we should note as well that people in the intel community, they're warriors as well, and they get diminished constantly. Talks about the deep state, etc. The European intel agencies are reporting that the uranium is intact. Senator Chris Murphy, a Democrat.
Wait, Jessica, the Europeans, we were telling them Russia was going to invade Ukraine for a year, and they were like, no, I don't see it.
Listen,
I think American and Israeli intelligence is much crisper.
Well, the senators were briefed today. Tom Cotton comes out, and he said it was not part of the mission to destroy the uranium. Well, why wouldn't it be? If you thought that all the uranium was in Fordo, why wouldn't you want it to totally obliterate?
To get the weapons.
Okay, so is no one concerned that there's 900 pounds of uranium maybe in a truck driving around the mountains there?
He says he hasn't seen any intelligence that they took it out in trucks. And the guest today on Martha said those trucks that they saw parked next to the mountain are not capable of bringing uranium out of there.
Well, Senator Chris Murphy, who was also in attendance, said that he saw no evidence and just pushed back the nuclear project any more than a few months. So time will tell. But I thought it was very important.
Line of acceptability for denigrating people between the intelligence figures and Ice Age. Why is it acceptable to denigrate Ice Agers, but it's not acceptable to denigrate the leaders in the intelligence community?
Well, first of all, I'm talking about the intelligence community writ large, but if you're talking about an ICE agent who's masked and pulling someone out of a Home Depot, no, I just say don't do it. I don't call them a bad person. I know the following orders. I've seen Tom Homan and Stephen Miller.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
I'm Judy Pavlich, along with Kennedy, Jessica Tarlov, Jesse Waters, and Brian Kilmeade. 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The Five. The Supreme Court laying the smackdown on rogue judges who think they know better than the 77 million Americans who voted for President Trump's agenda. The top court with a 6-3 decision that limits the use of nationwide injunctions. As you can see from this graphic, Trump is the MVP compared to other presidents when it comes to nationwide injunctions. 47 taking a victory lap in the briefing room and listing all the things he's now free to implement.
This was a colossal abuse of power which never occurred in American history prior to recent decades. We can now properly file to proceed with these numerous policies and those that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis, including birthright citizenship, ending sanctuary city funding, suspending refugee resettlement, freezing unnecessary funding, stopping federal taxpayers from paying for transgender surgeries, and numerous other priorities of the American people. We have so many of them. I have a whole list.
But naturally, the liberal media and Democrats are melting down over the loss of their favorite tool to stop the Trump agenda.
This sounds like a giant win for the Trump administration and could likely trigger chaos now across the country.
There are two things that are resulting from this: chaos and confusion.
Reckless and unprecedented.
They have dealt a death blow to the rule of law.
Presidency is far more powerful than it was at 9:55 a.m. this morning.
And another key decision, the Supreme Court also ruling in favor of religious parents of different faith backgrounds who wanted to opt their children out of reading storybooks that go against their beliefs. President Trump hailing that as a major victory for parents.
It's a great ruling for parents. It's really a ruling for parents. They lost control of the schools. They lost control of their child. And this is a tremendous victory for parents. And I'm not surprised by it, but I am surprised that it went this far. It took us to bring life back to normal. So it's a wonderful, it's parental. And I kept saying, we will give you back your parental rights. They were taken away, and this is a tremendous victory for parents.
All right, Jesse, chaos breaking out everywhere, according to the left, because of these rulings.
The Trump resistance is officially dead. This was the only thing that was slowing this down. It's no doubt a major body blow. All they have left are riots. The lawfare failed. These injunction maniacs failed. Weaponization failed. You can't be the party of lawyers. That's all they are. They're the party of lawyers. They're just going to have to start persuading people and legislating, what they're supposed to be doing. And they also, when they lose cases like this, they lose the moral high ground because their entire message has been this. That Donald Trump's a tyrant, and he's trampling on the Constitution, and he's destroying everyone's rights, and he's breaking the law. But it turns out, when these rulings come down, it's the left that are breaking the law as they oppose Donald Trump. So this clears the way.